Hello and Prishtina. My name is Audrey Gray, and I'm entering my second year of my Master's in Cultural Heritage and Preservation Studies at Rutgers University, with a background in heritage policy and archaeology in the Canadian heritage sector. I'm excited today to be sharing a bit about my IEP placement, which took place in Kosovo over the summer. My placement was based in Kosovo's capital city, Prishtina, where I worked with the Kosovo Council for Cultural Heritage. The Council is an independent agency established under Article 142 of the Constitution of Kosovo and Law No. 2/L88 on cultural heritage. The Council works in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport to safeguard Kosovo's cultural heritage across the country. Its mandates include, among other responsibilities, reviewing, adapting, or rejecting cultural heritage proposals submitted by the Ministry for permanent protection, as well as evaluating heritage-related projects submitted by relevant institutions in the field. Under Kosovo's cultural heritage law, there are 5 categories: archaeological heritage, architectural heritage, movable heritage assets, cultural landscapes, and spiritual or intangible heritage. While many elements from the first 2 categories have been successfully granted permanent protection since 2016, other categories, namely intangible heritage, which includes oral traditions, rituals, crafts, traditional knowledge, continue to face significant challenges in the nomination process. Each year, a growing number of intangible heritage elements are granted temporary protection. However, advancing these elements towards permanent protection remains a complex issue. That challenge was the main focus of my internship. My goal was to explore recurring challenges that face the nomination of intangible heritage for permanent protection and to provide institutional support and recommendations where possible. My work on this project was a balance of independent research, conversations with cultural practitioners, and site visits. I spent much of my time reviewing existing legal and policy frameworks, including the Kosovo Cultural Heritage Law. I also conducted academic and policy research on global best practices for the safeguarding of intangible heritage, drawing from national and international resources, including UNESCO's 2003 Convention. The direction of my research was informed through various meetings I had with professionals and practitioners across Kosovo's cultural heritage sector. I also had the opportunity to observe the regional governance of intangible heritage during site visits to places including the Albanian League of Prizren and the Ethnographic Museum in Prishtina. I was also honored to attend workshops with partner institutions where I had the chance to witness the broader applications of Kosovo's heritage frameworks, such as one on the adaptive reuse of a former municipal courthouse building in Vuštri, organized by Habitat UN Kosovo, and a meeting on the discussions on the management plan of the Historic Center of Prishtina, organized by the Department of Cultural Heritage within the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. Towards the end of August, I got the chance to share the findings of my research during a workshop hosted by the Council titled Challenges and Recommendations on Best Practices in Nominating Intangible Cultural Heritage. There, I led a presentation on international intangible heritage governance with global case studies that highlighted some of the recurring challenges in nominating intangible heritage and best practices to address them. The presentation was followed by a workshop where professionals across the sector were able to collaborate and share their insights on the nomination process and develop concrete suggestions to move forward. Outside of work, I had a really wonderful time living in Kosovo. I stayed in Prishtina, Kosovo's capital, which is pictured on the left, and over the summer, it was filled with cultural events in the main square, amazing food, and even better coffee. In my free time, I also visited other nearby cities, including Prizren, and the photo on the right is me enjoying another coffee in front of the old stone bridge near Prizren's center. I also began learning Albanian with the help of a language tutor, and while I'm still a beginner, I had fun over the summer practicing how to order at restaurants, and I've started to get a feel for the flow of conversations. As a milestone, I bought an Albanian version of one of my favorite books, Breakfast of Champions, or Menjas Campionesh, to improve my reading comprehension, and I'm continuing my language classes this fall. I think the highlight in my free time, however, was definitely hiking around Kosovo. And if you ever find yourself in the area, I can't recommend it enough. The area has some of the most beautiful landscapes I've ever seen, and there are several hiking groups operating in Prishtina that provide incredible opportunities to visit these areas. I ended up going nearly every weekend and went hiking all around Kosovo and a few places in Albania as well. The photo on the very right was taken near Brezovica in Kosovo and was the first mountain I've ever officially climbed in my life, so this was a really special moment for me. And finally, I want to say thank you to the Council for hosting me and facilitating such a life-changing experience. I felt incredibly welcomed from the day of my arrival and supported at every step in my internship. I made really wonderful friends, and the memories that and I also made a lot of memories that I will cherish forever. Forever. On the left is a photo of me and my colleague Argenda near Pravala during a staff work retreat, and on the right is a farewell lunch with the council on the last day of my internship. So I want to say once again, thank you and Faleminderit Shum to the council and to World Heritage USA for supporting me during this incredible opportunity.